Well, I've made the other announcements. Skip, give us an overview, please.
Yeah, wow. It's we fought our butts off all day long, and Cade was outstanding. Take the momentum of the game in that one inning, kind of got taken away from us, and just want to thank the coaches and the players more so than anything, and congratulate Ole Miss, and they did a great job, outstanding team, and I think that us losing the momentum in the game really cost it, and I wouldn't want anybody out behind the plate other than Jimmy Crooks or Trevin to close the game. I mean, Cade was at the end of his rope, and he wanted to keep going, and I've got to look out for him and his future. So it's I'm really proud of what he did, and all the players all year long overcome a lot of adversity and sticking to a common goal, which was to win the national championship. That'll always be our goal. Thank you.
Okay, we'll open up for questions now for Cade, and we'll start with Eddie.
Eddie Radosevich, Soonerscoop.com. Cade, just as far as, is it tough to look big picture right now with what you personally were able to accomplish coming back this year from Tommy John, and just even more so the team and what you guys have been able to accomplish throughout the entire year, getting to where you guys did?
What do you mean by like big picture? Like
just losing the national championship.
Oh
today.
yeah,
being able to get here.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that was our goal coming into it, and we made it here, and we accomplished a lot this year. But we'll be back, and I know that because this team laid the foundation for the future of Oklahoma baseball.
Okay, right here.
Josh Caller with All Sooners. Yeah, Cade, obviously you pitched extremely well today. Can you just kind of walk us through what was working so well for you today and why you're so effective?
Yeah, I mean, I just stuck to what I've been doing the last few starts, and that was just taking it one pitch at a time. I just wanted to put my team in a position to win and, get ahead and throw strikes.
Okay, Eric?
Eric Sorensen from D1 Baseball. Cade, I saw after the game, T.J. McCants came over and Coach Lafferty came over to shake your hand. What did they say to you, and what was it about?
They just told me good job, and they said I did a hell of a job, and I have a lot of respect for those guys, and they did a great job.
Okay, Jordan.
Jordan McAlpin at the Omaha World Herald. Cade, obviously not the end result you guys want, but reflect on your two starts and your time here in Omaha at this event.
It's been wild. It's been fun. And hopefully next year we can get back here. So that's the plan.
Okay, right here.
Justin Martinez, the Oklahoman. Cade, as a Norman native, the only one on the team, just what did it mean specifically for you to be able to have that name on your jersey out there today?
Yeah, it meant a lot. This is a dream come true for me, and I just wanted to represent the university as best as I could.
Okay, right there.
Lee Benson from KWTV in Oklahoma City. Cade, the inning where you guys took the lead, I know you guys stranded the bases loaded, and it seemed like the momentum might have been going back towards Ole Miss, but the next frame you struck out the side. Did it seem to you like the crowd was pretty one-sided again, coming out there and getting those strikeouts again? What was that like for you in that moment?
Yeah, I knew once we stranded those the bases loaded, we needed to take the momentum back. I had that going through my head, and so I just wanted to go out there and continue to make good pitches and execute.
Okay, Eric.
Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Cade, there was a lot of 2010 players, former OU players came to Omaha, and I just want to ask you to reflect on this locker room and the friendships you made and just the journey you guys have had this year coming to how far you came.
Yeah, this team is second to none. I'll remember these guys for the rest of my life. It's a close-knit group in there, and there's a lot of young guys, and then there's, like Tanner, Trent, Jarrett, Carmichael, Ben, all those guys that have been around for a while. And, it sucks seeing this as, one of their last games in the uniform.
Okay, right here.
John Hoover, All Sooners. Cade, you mentioned one pitch at a time. It probably is harder to do than the way you explained it. You know, keeping your heart rate down, keeping your breathing down when you're out there and the tension of the game is mounting and the strikeouts are mounting as well. How did you do that? How did you keep yourself calm in the moment?
Just stick with my routines. You know, just make sure to take a deep breath every time before I deliver the pitch, and then, you know, if I didn't like the pitch, or if say I thought it was a strike and it got called a ball, you know, step off the mound and take a deep breath and lock back in.
Okay, we have a question on Zoom. Please state your name and affiliation, please, and the question.
Yeah, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Hey, Cade, I know you guys have said that this was always the plan to win a national championship, to play for a national championship. And yet to think how far you guys came from, you know, mid-season to now to really get the results and the wins to get here. How do you reflect on that, and how do you explain how you guys turned such a hard corner to make the championship series?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been doubted all year. You know, we were picked to finish sixth in the Big 12, and you know, I think when looking back at the beginning of the year, we didn't know how to win yet, and that's something our team figured out, and we went through struggles with that at the series against Texas and Oklahoma State, and then we kind of learned and got through that, learned how to win, started believing in each other. And it kind of just took off from there and set a good, clear path for us.
That'll be it for Cade. Thank you. Congratulations on a great season and a great tournament.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Okay, questions for Skip now. We'll start here with Eddie.
Eddie Radosevich, Soonerscoop.com. Just what was the interpretation of the rule in the sixth inning on the interference? Was that just a straight interference, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, running the runner's lane, that's maybe what the call was. And they have to go back to the other bases because it kills it right there. I think the biggest thing that I want to explain to that deal is the umpires are going to, if we take out the human element of the umpires, this game's not ever going to be any good. If we continue to do those things and put a computer or whatever they want to do, it's going to continue to be good. The rule says that you have to do it within 30 seconds and not be able to look at the video board. That's what the rule says, and maybe there's some discrepancy of it, but that's what I also love about the game is the human element. I have tons of respect for the umpires. I mean, going back to the regional tournament, never understood why they couldn't be out there with a national anthem when everybody else is, because it's very important to our country. And I explained that to them too. So that's the interpretation of the rule. They have a runner's lane there. And if we mess with the fabric of the game by getting computer umpires, I think I'll just go fishing.
Okay, right here.
Tarek Mostri, Norman Transcript. Yeah, after the run got taken off the board, they came back with the solo home run. What does it mean to see your team come back and get those two runs in the seventh and respond on this stage?
Well, I mean, they're going to fight. That's one thing that they've done all year long. They fought and they fought and they fought and they've battled and battled and battled. That's a part of their DNA, and that's a part of what the University of Oklahoma has taught them how to do it, and our culture has taught them how to do it. And I'm really proud of those guys. The funny thing is about baseball, it doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't, and that's what's great about it too. And so that's the learning lesson in it, and continue to fight and understand the details of the game and fight for what's right in the game and play it as hard as you can because it respects you.
Okay, back over here.
Justin Martinez, the Oklahoman. Skip, Trevor Michaels, someone who's been a rock for you the whole season, especially in the postseason. Just what was your message to him after the game today?
That I loved him, and I wouldn't want to have anybody else out there.
Okay, we'll go Eric here and we'll come across.
Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. In 2009, Coach Garrido went through a national runner-up season. You were on his bench. What did you learn from Coach during that 29 season, and what did the players learn after getting so close, and what do you expect of the team going forward?
Well, I mean, our expectation is always going to win the national championship. That's not ever going to dwell on. I mean, we're as soon as we practice every day, that's what we're going to talk about. What I learned from Coach Garrido is one pitch at a time, and understanding what the moment does to the environment does to kids, and try to be in control of themselves one pitch at a time, because really that's what the game demands you to do, and that the game demands you to be a good teammate too, and to play as hard as you can. And I'm thankful for my time with Coach Garrido. There's no doubt about that. I love the University of Oklahoma and what it represents. It's like a family-owned environment. That's what's awesome about it.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah, Skip, Josh Kyle with All Sooners. I know it's kind of adding on to that. I know it's probably pretty tough because the season just ended, but are you able to have an appreciation, just for this year and everything the team accomplished and this run, obviously, to this point?
No, not really. I wanted to win the national championship. That's what my goal was, and it'll continue to be my goal. And you and John, y'all fueled us a lot all year long with the tweets and stuff about us being the last place team in the SEC. I wanted to wait till the end to tell you that, and I appreciated that, and so did every player on our team.
We'll get back to you, Jonathan. Jordan.
Jordan McAlpin at the Omaha World Herald. Coach, can you talk about the growth you've seen from Cade over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was something I experienced already, with Cade Cavalli. See, Cade was a two-way guy when we got him, and early in the year, as a freshman, he comes in and, I mean, whatever it is, he had it. And then we go into January and he gets hurt. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. We just got beat in Tulsa from playing Oklahoma State, and he's sitting right behind my bus seat. And I turn around and he stared out the window all night long, the whole ride home. And I thought to myself, I was like, this guy's made it something different. Because you got to, being a coach, you got to look at stuff like that. You got to find the value in what those guys go through. And so when he started and coming back from the fall, our trainers and our strength coach did an outstanding job of every day doing something with him to get him better. And then we started the season off the first month where he was our starting third baseman. And we kind of knew what was going to happen if it went down that road. His arm started feeling better. We started throwing bullpens. And so we had Cade Cavalli before. We're throwing him in relief. And then we started starting him at the end of his sophomore year. So that's what we started doing with him is we're throwing him early in relief. Then we started starting him at the end of the year. And he got better and better and better and better. And I still don't think he's a finished product. And he's really good. I get it, but he's got poise. He's got demeanor. He understands. He's regurgitating everything that we talk about, one pitch at a time, going to releases, taking deep breaths, staying in his routines. He's talking like a guy that's a professional, and he's got still a lot to grow in that area. And I'm so proud of him. I can't, that's what we talk about. That's what the University of Oklahoma is about. It's about developing young men in that row.
Jonathan.
Skip, we'll try to do better on the podcast from now on.
That's all right.
So I want to ask you further about Cade, just his performance today. How good was that Big 12, not Big 12, College World Series Championship Series record, 13 strikeouts. They just kept piling up as the pressure mounted.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to go back out and that inning, and I said, if one guy gets on, we're going to go to Trevin, and you could see him on the mound. That's what you want out of a young man. But sooner or later, we as coaches and as pitching coaches, I got to take the ball out of his hand because he's going to go until he can't go anymore. That's in his DNA. He's gonna battle you, and that's what's awesome about him. Watching him play high school football or watching him pitch in a game or having an at bat. That's who he is. That's what he's about. And I couldn't find a better young man to represent the University of Oklahoma than him.
Lee Benson from KWTV in Oklahoma City. You've talked about this a little bit already, but game ends and you get back in the locker room or around the guys. It's probably difficult, but what is that message that first thing you talk to them about? Is there anything? But what do you say when that happens?
First thing is you can accomplish anything you put your mind to it. You can be anybody you want to be. You put your mind to it. Secondly, the game doesn't care how you feel. That's why the details in the game are so important. And you got to keep fighting for every inch that you get in baseball, and you got to continue to work. You did a great job. I love you. Really proud of you. Really proud of the coaches. I mean, what they did and what they accomplished was incredible. And we got to continue to grow as a team. We got to. I'm just happy in that sense. Mad, pissed off about losing, and I'm not happy about that.
Okay, we have a question from Zoom. Please state your name and affiliation and the question.
Hey, Skip, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Cade was talking about how this team had to learn to win, but obviously you guys did that. To do that, though, at a time when you guys really needed to start to pile up some wins to make the NCAA tournament, really get some momentum. How hard of a task was that, what your guys accomplished, really turning the corner like they did this season?
Well, Jen, the one thing that you can in baseball is confidence is a fragile piece of ice. The guys wanting at the end of the game are wanting the ball, wanting to be in situations. They're in control of themselves. The moment's not too big for them. And you know, wanting the ground ball hit to them, wanting the fly ball hit to them, the mindset of the guys sitting on the bench. The bench guys are just as important as the guys on the field because their synergy provides what goes on in the game. And they got through that. They broke through that mode of knowing how to win and understanding what that is and wanting the ball hit to them, wanting to be in those situations. I can remember Peyton Graham hitting a grand slam. I forget who it was to win the game. It was incredible. I think we had two of them, and those guys, him hitting the 2-run homer, and in Florida to tie the game, it was just incredible. That's what he's talking about when they figured out how to win and how they figured out how to pull for each other. Whether it's bringing Diego into hit or him getting that bunt down, or Sebastian coming off when Brett got hurt. That's what shows you what a good culture is about. Guys are still, they understand they have value and they understand they're going to fight to the better end.
Skip, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you next year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bill. Thanks.